Hey, this is Brian. We've got the cameo from the guy. And I'm not sure if this camera's working. But we will record. So I was doing some journaling this morning. Did my meditation. Woke up like at, 5:45 or something like that. Enjoyed a nice warm bed while I did some affirmations in my mind. And then got up, had my supplements, meditated, and I've been journaling. It's 9:30 already. Wow. So I'm doing my journaling every day. I've been doing this particular journaling ritual where I set my highest goal and then I set my intention to connect to and express the divine within me, and then I set what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go into detail on all of this stuff in the future. Then I've got what I'm up to. Ultimately, I'm really excited about something called Entheos. Right now, I'm focused on Optimal Living 101 and Philosopher's Notes, obviously, I've been working on for a while. And then I just kind of doodle how I capture these images. Then there's the book that I'm working on. I just remind myself what I'm up to every day. And I'm going to go into full detail on that soon. I'm going to do 101 videos on Optimal Living 101, which is going to be pretty cool. There she is. Your life optimized. Yeah. For now, though, so I was just kind of playing around with my purpose and just what I want to do and all this stuff. And I was reflecting on what's the best way to capture the different roles that I have in my life. And Stephen Covey talks about roles and goals. That's his big thing. You have roles in your life, then you have goals specific to them. Tony Robbins talks about the exact same thing, but he calls them categories of improvement, right? And then Ken Wilber talks about it as well. He calls them lines of development. So I was playing around with it, and I was wondering if I can fit these into my 10 principles, which I showed before. Here we go. The 10 principles of optimal living, right? Optimism, purpose, self-awareness, goals, action, energy, wisdom, courage, love, and theos, which I'm going to go into in a lot of detail with Optimal Living 101. And I'm like, I don't know about that. But then I was playing around and I'm like, what are the major roles I have in my life, right? And I started with husband. I just got married, super excited about that, inspired. Then I realized, well, it's more like incredible husband and lover. That's kind of a description for it for me. And then the next one is my physical well-being and energy and being radiantly alive. I call that in a word Adonis. Tony Robbins has a fun thing where you when you're creating your categories of improvement, you want to find your ideal description. Like how would you describe the role you have in your life in the most fun, playful way, right? So for me, my physical well-being is captured in Adonis because that to me embodies just really impeccable health, being radiantly alive, super strong, super grounded, beautiful, and basically in the best shape of my life. So that word, it just has awesome resonance for me. But then there's the philosopher, right? And these are roles, and I realize what I'm going to call them is not roles, which is kind of boring, but personas. These are the different personas that I play in my life. Husband and father, father soon, excited about that. Nothing in the immediate term plans, but in the next 1, 2, 3 years, we're excited to have kids. So that'll be a new persona and roles that I have. For now, it's incredible husband and lover, Adonis, and then philosopher. This is, I'll describe it actually soon, but my student mind, always learning, embodying the truths. Then there's evangelist. So the philosopher is cool, but it's more of I study. The evangelist is I share what I study. I teach. So that's a really important role for me, a really important persona. And then creator. I was thinking maybe entrepreneur, but I'm really, frankly, not that interested in business. I've got awesome partners over at Mindvalley who take care of all my business stuff. And what I'm most passionate about is creating. So this is an important persona for me, the creator. And then I realized, okay, well, how would I describe these simply? And I started describing it, and I'm like, okay, incredible husband and lover. I'm loving, I'm present. Sorry, it's not very clear. My writing wasn't anticipating doing a video. Loving, present, and supportive. Those are what I realized virtues. These are the virtues that go with these personas, right? Loving, present, supportive. Okay, well, Adonis, what are the virtues that go with that? Roughly, fit, strong, thriving, radiantly alive. Those are kind of the descriptive words or virtues that go with that persona. Philosopher, what are the virtues? Wise, in integrity. I live the stuff that I talk about and that I study. I'm a student. I study, I learn, and I embody. Those are some of the virtues that go with this persona. Evangelist, well, I'm inspired. An evangelist is inspired. I'm inspired. I'm inspiring. I'm a passionate, dedicated teacher, right? That's the Those are the virtues for the evangelist. Then the creator, the virtues are productive. I produce. And then there's a genius level of production, which is really from the Roman mythology sense of I'm connected to the divine within me, and it flows through me via my creativity, right? We'll talk about that some other time in more detail. So personas, virtues, then I'm like, okay, well, what are the practices? If I want to be an amazing lover, if I want to be in the best shape of my life as Adonis, if I want to be a philosopher, evangelist, creator, what are the practices that I have to embody? Well, couple top things that I wrote down for the husband and incredible lover is I want to appreciate. I want to appreciate. So appreciation and presence are a key for me there. And then Adonis, the practices are intense training, impeccable nutrition, not writing, and deep rejuvenation, right? And then for philosopher, my practices are meditation. This is where I actually practice what I believe in. I know meditation is incredibly powerful. I do it every day. I live what I know. That's part of the embodying. And I study and I read. That's part of the philosopher persona. The evangelist, well, I teach, I share, and I inspire. Those are some practices. The creator comes back to producing again. Those are one of the practices for the creator. And then 10,000 hours. That's a big thing for me, putting in the 10 years. And then I'm like, okay, that's nice practices, but what are the specifics? So the specifics for me on the lover are 5 to 1. I talk about that when I do my notes on love. You got to have 5 positive interactions to 1 if you want to have a thriving relationship. We know that scientifically. So I'm committed to specifically appreciating every day Alexandra's radiance, her beauty, her divinity, everything that I admire about her that I want to see grow and appreciate. I commit to recognizing and honoring that every day. And I commit to being present. If I want to be present, we'll be there. When she asks me to be present and we're talking, be present. Don't be distracted or doing something else. That's a really cool, specific practice for me to live at my ideal with the virtues I aspire to and getting details on the practices. So anyway, we've got persona, virtue, practice, and then the specifics. With Adonis, for me, it's intense training every day. My rest day now is hiking. That used to be my workout. Now we're kicking our butts with really intense strength training, which we've got coming up soon. Interval training aerobically. We're just doing some awesome stuff I'll share more on too. And then nutrition, specifically living foods. Right now, I don't know what I am percent-wise, but I'm eating a lot of living and raw foods. At least 50, probably 60, even 80%. I'm still eating some cooked food that I've sprouted. And just being patient with myself, but really being impeccable with my nutrition. And then rejuvenation, using our infrared sauna is a specific practice. Napitation, when I do a little nap mixed with a meditation midday, really cool for me, rejuvenating. And then oscillating, kind of going intense and then coming down, up and down. So that's a specific practice. And then philosopher, and obviously I'm sharing all this because I imagine you might get something out of it. And you can think of what your personas are, what your virtues are, what your practices could be, and what the specifics could be. So wrapping up mine, the philosopher, I've got a practice of meditation. I'm committed to doing that. Right now we're doing it 30 minutes in the morning. We're going to probably move that back up to an hour in the morning. Plus we've been doing 15 minutes in the evening, which is awesome. We're going to keep on doing that. And then positive and negative rituals that I talk about a lot. That's a specific practice for being the philosopher who's in integrity. Consistency on my fundamentals. That's the key to greatness, as we talk about all the time. So I'm going to be consistent on my fundamentals, which are meditation, journaling, intense training, exercise, and creating. Those are my top fundamentals. Check out the bling. Yeah. Too funny. I'm still in love with this whole married thing. And then we've got the evangelist. Well, I share on Facebook. That's a specific practice. I take the time to do that. I create these videos, right? I'm doing this specifically because I just said it's important to me. So I'm taking the time to do this, and I'll take the time to produce it and upload it, because this is an important persona to me that I want to embody the virtues of, so I've got to do the practice. And then teaching classes, I'm going to be teaching a lot more, which I'm excited about, more to come soon. And then creating. I create every day. It's so important to me. I feel so good when I do it. I'm going to do it every day. And then 10,000 hours. I remember I'm investing my life into this. Give me 10 years and we'll see where I'm at. So that's the quick look at my evolving principles. We're going to talk about all this in Optimal Living 101, which we're launching on 10-10-10, and I'm going to do some cool stuff in a class very soon. More on that soon. I'm up to 10 minutes. Have an awesome day. See you.